everyone, Gail from Ticket to Anywhere here with another vlog of randomness because, well, it's just a random sort of day. It is almost the end of 2010, and praise be for that because 2010 has sucked ass. But yeah, 2011 is just right around the corner, and I recently did a vlog with books that I have in my house that's coming out in 2011, and I thought I would do another vlog of other books that are coming out that I'm really excited for in 2011. And so I started making a list with the help of a list that Christy made over at thestorysiren.com. You know her, you love her. Head over to her blog. She has this huge ass list, and from that I actually, made my own little list, and here it is. And that is this long ass thing, and it's mainly really long because I put little synopsis and things on there too for notes. And yeah, I have like 9 pages of books throughout the year that I'm really excited about, and that doesn't include things I already have, and it doesn't include stuff that doesn't have descriptions yet or may not have been announced fully yet. And so yeah, there is a lot of stuff coming out in 2011, and I have so many books already in my house to read that I think I should probably try and ignore the 2011 titles, but you know me, I won't be able to. So, since it's almost January, I thought I would do a little vlog on things that are coming out in January that I'm really excited for. Maybe I'll go into February a little bit, but mostly I'll start with January. I will start off with some books that came in the mail recently. I got The Girl Who Became a Beetle. This is coming out by Fuel and Friends, which is an imprint of Macmillan. It was on my other list, but then I took it off when I got it in the mail because I am smart like that. So I really can't tell you when in January it's coming out, just soon. And this book sounds really fun. It's about a girl whose band breaks up and she makes a wish that she wishes she was a Beatle or bigger than the Beatles or something like that. And in the book, her band all of a sudden becomes like the Beatles of the day, and the Beatles never existed, and so she kind of lives the life of a Beatle. And I guess throughout the book she has to determine, whether or not she wants to keep this new life that she has and live in a world without the Beatles, or go back to the way things were, however not so good they might have been in her mind. So, really excited with this one. I've been a fan of the Beatles since I was a little kid. I was raised on them by my mom, who lived through Beatlemania, and I think I was in like 3rd or 4th grade when I realized the Beatles were not a modern band. So yeah, that was a crushing blow to me at the time. So really excited to read this one, and I have to read it soon because it's almost January, and yeah, lots in January. Another one I got is See What I See by Gloria Whelan. This is a Harper Teen title coming out in January, and I don't have anything written down on it. But from the back reading description is a girl who's an artist who's never really known her dad, but then she gets into this like dream program art school in Detroit, and she needs a place to live, and so she kind of shows up on her dad's doorstep, who is also, and he's a famous artist, and so they both, I think, have to try and learn how to adjust and be with each other, and just, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It sounds interesting. I like the cover. It's intriguing. It reminds me of that cover with the man in the hat with the apple in his face. I don't know the name of it. Some of you probably do. Yeah, there's that one. And other things coming out in January, and I don't have anything else to show you. So, yeah, you get to see me reading from my notes. There is Prom and Prejudice coming out from... Did I say that right? Yeah, Prom and Prejudice from Elizabeth Eulberg. She's the one who did Lonely Hearts Club that came out last year, and it was a pretty good book. It's a modern retelling of Pride and Prejudice, obviously. It takes place at Longbourn Academy. I think that's the name of it. And my friend Erica over at thebooksellerx.com, she's already read it because Elizabeth did an early event there and they had copies, and so she was able to get not just a copy of it a little earlier than release, but a signed copy, so how cool is that? And she's already read it because she reads like lightning, and she said it was really, really cute, very exciting, so I'm looking forward to that one when it comes out. There is Choker by Elizabeth Woods, which is coming out on the 4th by Simon & Schuster. It's about this girl whose best friend comes to hide in her house after running away from home, and then suddenly girls around her best friend start dying, so, and the friend that comes to live with her, I guess, is kind of like creepy and spooky, and so she's a suspect, so it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. You have The Education of Haley Kendrick by Eileen Cook, which is coming out from Simon Pulse. It's pretty much a good girl. She follows all the rules, and then one night she breaks them and then risks losing everything. I don't know. I think it sounds good. It has promise, but I just hate the idea of, like, you have this good girl and she does, like, one bad act, and then all of a sudden nobody trusts her, and so she has to, like, regain her trust or reinvent herself, and so it'll be interesting to see how they pull that off and if they do it well. And that there is Trapped by Michael Northrup, which is coming out from Scholastic. 7 kids get stuck in their high school in a blizzard, and it sounds really cool. Kim Harrington was talking about it on Twitter. She was reading it during a blizzard that we had here in Massachusetts, so she said it made it all the more creepy. So this sounds like a great book to read during a snowstorm, especially if you like, well, a good book to read in a snowstorm if you like to be freaked out. Otherwise, read it in the middle of summer. But he's a contempt, one of the contempts, so I really want to read this book. Plus, it sounds like a cool premise. I mean, they don't do it now, but back when I was a kid, you know, back in the Stone Age, we didn't even, now it's like, you have snowstorm, school gets canceled before the storm ever hits. Well, when I was in school, we'd be in school, and the blizzard would be raging all around there, and then you'd often have the bus ride home, and the bus would be, like, swerving all over the road, and it would be just, like, this whole dangerous type situation. So getting stuck in school was a little bit more realistic back when I was growing up than now, but it sounds like a really cool, fun book. But moving on, you have Taking Off by Jenny Moss. This is about a girl who meets Kristen McAuliffe, and she becomes determined to see the Challenger take off. For those who don't know, Kristen McAuliffe was supposed to be the first teacher in space back in 1986. She was on the Challenger, and then the Challenger is that shuttle that exploded. I actually saw that on TV in my class, and I was 9 years old, but I still remember it quite well. And so I'm really interested in seeing how this book deals with the story, because after the disaster, the main character, like, her life is forever changed when she sees this, and she's determined to follow all of her dreams, like, no matter what the obstacles are. And so it just seems like a really hopeful, positive type book to come out of a tragedy, and so really looking forward to that one. Then there's XVI by Julia Carr, or 16. I don't know how they're going to be referring to the title, but it's the Roman numerals XVI. It's a dystopian from Puffin, and teens get tattooed on their wrist when they turn 16, and I guess it proclaims that they're ready for sex and all this other stuff. And the main character, Nina, she's not quite sure how she feels about this. And then her mother gets murdered, and then she gets pulled into that mystery and must stay one step ahead of the killer. And I don't know, this is a book that I heard about months and months and months ago, and it sounds interesting because I like dystopians, I like mysteries, and this kind of like combines them two together. And on the 8th, you have The Latte Rebellion. Enunciate, speak! Anyway, The Latte Rebellion by Sarah Jamila Stevenson. It's coming out by Fluxed, and deals with the main character Asha, who's Middle Eastern, and a racist insult gives her and her best friend a great idea to make some money, and they start selling t-shirts promoting the Latte Rebellion, which is a club to raise awareness against mixed-race students and, you know, all the racist things that can kind of go on around them. And then this becomes like this whole huge viral type thing, and it spreads coast to coast. And then Asha realizes that, you know, her simple plan for marketing has taken a life all of its own, and it could potentially ruin hers as other events around the school start happening and outbreaks start occurring, and yeah, she gets the blame. So that sounds really cool. You have Timeless by Alexandra Moner, which is coming out from Delacorte, and it deals with time travel. I love time travel. Michelle, she leads a double life, and she's trying to balance like her life in contemporary high school, and she also somehow has managed to escape to the past, and she goes to the early 1900s, and there she makes some sort of terrible discovery, and it puts her on a race through history and time in order to save the boy she loves. And So that one sounds really interesting, and I can't wait to see more of it. There's Warped by Marissa Gielbord. Marusi? I can't pronounce it. I'll type the names below, but you know me, it's not a vlog if I don't mispronounce somebody's name really, really badly. So, this is Warped. Comes out from Delacorte. Main character Tessa doesn't believe in magic or fate, but there's something weird about this dusty unicorn tapestry that she discovers in a box of old books. And she finds the creatures within them like compelling and frightening, and then she she pulls a thread on the tapestry and she releases secrets of the past, and things start coming through the tapestry, including William de Chauncey, an irresistible 16th century nobleman. And so, there's going to be shenanigans and love and all that other stuff, and it just sounds cool and interesting. And I'm saying this a lot, but this is my list of things I'm looking forward to, so of course they're all cool and interesting. And then finally in January, finally on my list, there is Vesper, which is a Deviants novel by Jeff Sampson. So obviously there's going to be some sort of trilogy or other longer series coming on here. Look up the cover of this one, it's really cool looking. This is coming out from Balzer and Bray, which is an imprint of HarperCollins, because we all know how much I am obsessed with HarperCollins. So by day, the main character is boring old Emily, but by night she's been turning into this thrill seeker, and with every nightfall she gets wilder and wilder until it's no longer her personality that changes, but her body starts being able to do things it never could before. So now she's really strong and fast and completely fearless. And then soon she realizes that she's not only just coming out of her shell, but there's something bigger, more mysterious going on. And so she starts to wonder if she's bewitched by the soul of this other girl, Emily, who was murdered right before all these changes started occurring. Or is she actually starting to become something else and maybe not quite human? So it sounds like cool and mysterious, and like I said, it's coming out in January and has a very interesting cover, and I can't wait to read it. So those are my January reads, and I was going to try and do some February ones, but yeah, that list is even longer than January, and I've already rambled on for a long time here, so you're probably tired of hearing me speak and ramble, so I will sign off for now. I'll come back in a couple weeks, maybe, and do a list of anticipated titles of February. For more titles that are coming out in January, head over to the Story Sirens blog, and she has a whole huge list over there that, even more comprehensive than what I have here. So yeah, that's my list. I say a lot. I should make this into a drinking game. No, forget I said that. Anyway, yes. So that's my list coming out in January. What are you looking forward to? And let me know in the comments below. And also know that this isn't all of my stuff. I did another vlog not too long ago about anticipated titles that I actually have in touching distance. So be sure to look at that one as well. And just let me know what you're looking forward to in 2011. Until next time, bye.